All right, hello. Gabriel Josiah here. We'll be looking at the next module, which has to do with the comparison between the ICAN case study and other professional exam subjects in the ICAN paper. All right, so let's dive fast into our discourse and look at it briefly. Okay, so we're looking at the comparison between case study and other ICAN professional exam papers. What are the differences? What are the major delineations between the case study paper? Okay, so we have differences in structure, and we also have differences on student preparation prior to exam. So the way you prepare for papers like SFM, case corporate reporting, advanced taxation, advanced audit and assurance is different from that of the case study. Very different. So the first area is structure. The structure of SFM, strategic financial management, corporate reporting are all 3 hour papers. So for corporate reporting, SFM, AAA, AAA, and ATAX, you have them as 3 hour papers. But the ICAN case study is a 4 hour paper in the sense that you were expected to produce only 1 report. So you have an executive summary for the ICAN case study, which comes first. You also have a number of sections and relevant appendices. So even if you're fully prepared, you find out that the 4 hours are insufficient. It's always insufficient. I can tell you that. You take that from me for free. It's very insufficient. But you'll be able to express yourself in the report and address every challenge. And the onus is on you now to discipline yourself, to answer the requirements stated in the case. So your discipline is key. Discipline yourself to answer what is in the case and try to extract and stay away from irrelevancies. Very important. Stay away from irrelevancies, what is not required in the report. You have a lot of exhibits and chunk of data that are not needed. So address what is needed and present your report and your advice in a very succinct manner. So the structure is different compared to other papers, very different. And also, if you look at it, you have a difference in students' preparation. So the future of the case study exams, that is a real life scenario compared to other questions that are crafted. They are crafted by examiners, but these are real life scenarios in the case study exams, and it's a situation that needs your expertise and your experience. So your professional skills, your competencies, and all you've acquired right from the beginning of your ICAN studies will play a practical role to come to play here in the subject of the case study. So it's very important that your work experience, your practical knowledge of theory will really help you respectively in the case study exams. This is very important. Okay, so these skills you've brought from other courses and your professional work life cannot be developed in a few weeks of preparing for exams. So you need to have planned and developed these skills in your development program throughout the training period of your ICAN, throughout your work life, which is very important. So we'll look at the difference in assessment criteria for the case study. So the case study is marked based on competencies. So where you provide a superior achievement, which is the highest. We'll be looking at superior achievement in detail in the course. So there are 4 or 5 layers where you are being marked. When we come to the assessment procedure, that should be in chapter 9, talk about that. So your competency should be based on superior achievement. That will help you pass with an A. The others are competent. There's another below competent. Then we have the void. Then we have 0. So those 4, superior, competent, below competent, and void, are the 4, which is the lowest is 0. 5 are the 5 layers or skill you're used to, the examiner uses to structure your marks and your competence, assess your competency in the exam. So where you're required to demonstrate your technical knowledge, marks will be awarded based on how you analyze the problem, you develop and present your solutions. So based on this focus on skills, you'll be examined, you'll be marked. So it's very important that you understand that there is no right or wrong answer. And that's why the examiner does not give you the report at the end of the exams. He just gives you the keys and the main points on how to write the report. So there is no report, and that is why you don't have the right or wrong answer. Usually when you look at the ICAN professional pathfinder, you don't see the report at the end of every diet. What you see is a structure. You see the points on how to gain superior achievement and superior competency. So there's no right or wrong answer. Now, it's very important. There are individual calculations, but this form just a part of your total answer. So your calculations will not get you through the exams. It's the report that carries a chunk of the marks, which is over 64% of the marks comes from your report, while 20% of the marks come from your executive summary, and the remaining from other parts of the report, like your appendices, your calculations, and others. So the structure is different, the assessment is different, and it's very important you understand these key aspects of the report. This will help you ace it, and I hope you ace it in landslide. Thank you very much for listening to this part of the report, and I will see you in the next class. Bye for now.